Hello to everyone in the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Cathedral community and all of our friends. This is Father Jonathan. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to continue our series on the lives of the saints. And on this, the 31st of August, we celebrate the memory of our Venerable Father, Aiden, founder and Bishop of Lindisfarne. When the King of Northumbria, St. Oswald, decided to resume the mission interrupted after the death of St. Edwin, he appealed to the monks of the famous monastery of Iona. But the missionary who was sent to preach to the Saxons had very soon to return to his own land. The fathers of the monastery having met to examine the reason for this check, St. Aiden made the observation that it would not be right to impose at first all the rigor of the law of the gospel on these pagan people, but that they must, in conformity with the recommendations of Apostle of the nations, first give them the milk of doctrine, to bring them little by little to the most sublime keeping of the commandments. Marveling at his discernment, the basis of all the holy virtues, the fathers immediately decided to consecrate him bishop and sent him on a mission to Northumbria. As soon as he arrived, St. Aiden founded a monastery on the island of Lindisfarne, situated near the royal palace of Bamborough, which, in conformity with the Celtic tradition, was at the same time the bishop's seat. With the help of the king, who often served as interpreter for him, he undertook the missionary journeys in his huge diocese, concentrating his efforts especially on Bernicia, traveling always on foot, followed by a group of clergy and monks who kept their monastic observances on the way. He preached not only in the public places, but also went from house to house to give the light of the faith to those who were still pagans and to confirm the faithful. He lived in great poverty and complete detachment from earthly things, which gave him freedom to reprove the rich and powerful. His greatest joy was to give away to the poor all that was given, or buy back captives and slaves, preparing the best of them for the priesthood. Wherever he went, he founded churches and monasteries in which he left monks to teach the children, as was the custom in the monasteries of Ireland. Admired by all for his abstinence, the holy bishop was the first to practice what he preached, and thus, by his example, inspired the savage people with the gentleness of evangelical living. He encouraged even lay people to keep the fasts and forms of prayer of the monks, and exhorted them to strive to perfection. He was the spiritual father of St. Hilda, and founded the first monasteries for women in the kingdom of Northumbria. St. Aiden's missionary activity was such that it could be said that he, rather than St. Augustine of Canterbury, is the true apostle of England. After the death of St. Oswald, St. Aiden acquired the friendship of Oswin, king of Deira. One day the sovereign made him a present of his finest horse with a magnificent harness, but the bishop, meeting shortly afterwards a man who asked for alms, immediately gave him his mount. During dinner, to which the king had invited the saint, Oswin reproached the saint for his prodigality. Aiden replied, "Your Majesty, the horse that is the son of a mare is then dearer than a man who is the son of God." During Lent, the holy bishop used to retire to the deserted island of Farne to give himself to undistracted fasting and prayer. During one of his retreats, he saw that a fire lit by King Penda of Mercia was threatening the town and palace of Bamborough, and he immediately raised his hands to heaven, invoking divine help with tears. At the same instant, the wind changed directions, and the flames turned against the besiegers, who beat a retreat. Civil war having broken out between the kings of Bersinia and Deira, King Oswald perished in the battle in fulfillment of the prophecy by St. Aiden. 12 days after the king's death, the holy bishop gave his soul into God's hands in Bamborough, and his body was buried on Lindisfarne. By the prayers and supplications of St. Aiden, Bishop of Lindisfarne, may the Lord God have mercy on us and save us. Again, God bless you. Have mercy on you, and we love you dearly. Don't hesitate to reach out, call us, email us, leave us a message on social media, leave us a note in the comment section. If you'd like to support this ministry, remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Again, God bless you and have a beautiful rest of your day.